What Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 259. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable whittled sorcerer kitty who's somewhere around here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, and similar to my chaotic sorcerer kitty, Eye is definitely cooking up some major chaos. Oh, yes, he is up in his furnace. But how's Itadori going to counter that chaos? Well, let's get to this chapter and find out. Teacher, yes, CHOSO! Teacher, big brother! Yeah! And this chapter is titled The Decisive Battle in the Uninhabited Demon-Infested Shinjuku, Chapter 31. The trick to convergence. Kitty, you know the trick to convergence? You know? Then why are you You don't know, then why are you meowing? You were chiming in. Silly kitty. It looks like I'll be doing switch training with the Kotsu-senpai and Kusakabe-sensei, so I'll need to work on blood manipulation the hard way. We only have 1 month. Give me every piece of advice you got. Convergence, it's kind of like this, then like that, then a little... Seriously, dude? What would be? Think of bathing in hot water. You can feel the heat encompassing your entire body. In that same way, you can expand your blood vessels, creating a vague outline of your body. That's the basic foundation of blood manipulation. Like when you piss yourself? Well, in terms of like blood vessels and stuff like that, I can kind of understand, because if you ever have a migraine, you should know this. If you ever have a migraine, for example, that's when the blood vessels in your brain are like really thin. They're really thin, and in order to get rid of the migraine, you have to expand the blood vessels. And one of the ways you could do that without medication is with caffeine. And when you feel, the pain from the migraine subsiding, that's your blood vessels expanding. So, sometimes it pays off to be a caffeine addict. Don't go down the path I did in terms of being a buckhead. Buckhead is a very expensive path to go down, for one thing. And that was back in 2000, wait, what's this? In the mid-2000s. It was already expensive back then. It's more expensive now. But then when you go cold turkey, it's even worse. Dude, I swear, when I quit Starbucks cold turkey, the withdrawal from that, it was worse than alcohol withdrawal. It was horrible. And now, like, when I try to have, like, Starbucks, I get really sick. It's bad. Anyways, but you totally piss yourself. That was stupid. Convergence is a technique that compresses your blood, meaning we can use a sponge or paper, anything that can be crumpled in your hand easily to help with imaging. It's to help with imaging. It's a similar feeling cans or to help with imaging. It's a similar feeling cans or clay can work too. I can see that. CHOSO, this is what it means to teach. CHOSO, this is what it means to teach someone. Supernova, ask me about Supernova. What, CHOSO? He's like, no, Supernova, ask me about Supernova. For starters, we don't have time to make blood manipulation a potent weapon for Itadori. It'll be better for him to get the basics of stitching and stopping blood down. Oh, poor CHOSO. Ooh. Okay, we got some interesting notes here from Gege today. I made a mistake. Jujutsu High went from a 5-year to a 4-year technical college, not a 5-year to a 3-year TE. Gege, you ass! That's kind of an important detail, but I am being spoiled with good art this morning. Man, Rushibara, this is not fair to you, because I'm going to be covering Togen Anki today after, I cover Boku no Hero Academia Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh man, Rushibara, this is not fair to you! Oh my god, it's not fair to you! Ah! Oh god, I love Togen Anki, don't get me wrong, but ooh, that art is just... That art, it needs work. It's been needing work from the start, let's be real. Oh god, but I love Togen Anki. I've been covering that manga since chapter 9. I do, but goddamn, Rishibara, you come a long way, but woo! Let's just keep going here. Let's get back to the task at hand and let me gush about this art. I feel so bad for Rishibara today. Oh god. Okay. Ryomen Sakura can only open the furnace doors after preparing his ingredients, cleave and dismantle. Dude, we are cooking today! Despite their absurd firepower, the flames within the furnace lack both speed and range. To amend this, Sakura undertook another binding vow. Oh, I fucked this up. Wait. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Outside of his domain, furnace cannot be used on multiple targets. This binding vow enabled Sakura to not only reduce all within the malevolent shrine's range to dust, but ensure that all the resulting particles were mounted in the explosive cursed energy akin to a furnace. Okay, yeah, I did read this wrong. Alright. Now I gotta read this again, because I'll feel dumb if I don't. Despite their absurd firepower, the flames within the furnace lack both speed and range. To amend this, Sakura undertook another binding vow. On top of this, Sakura deftly altered the functionality of the domain to one that only allowed entry to living beings, maintaining the shrine's output while sealing it airtight. Uh-oh. This is our victory. Oh, no. Yo, this is beautiful. I love the transition to this. To this next panel here is beautiful. Thermobaric explosives and the transformed particle matter danced, raining down on every inch of the domain. Oh my god, the heat furnace spread, the detonations immediately birthing, scalding, instantly compressing and decompressing shockwaves, ensuring the death of all living beings within the domain. Okay, TCP scans, you have a typo. Just saying. Because there is a G at the, it's within, and instead of just within, there's a G there where it's not supposed to be. An attack capable of instantaneously obliterating Maharaga back in Shibuya. This is Ryomen Sakura's ultimate move. Dude, he is cooking! This is beautiful! Oh my god! To them motherfuckers hating on Gege's art. You were saying? You might want to hold your beer on that, because my god. Gege, this is incredible. And I do want to mention this too. Gege has said that this is hybrid. So this is a mixture of hand-drawn and digital art. Because that's how it is right now in the manga industry. And it's partially why Tagashi is switching. This is why Tagashi took a little bit of a break during the most recent Hunter x Hunter serialization, because he tried to use the stylus and for the digital portion of for manga drawing, and it just hurt him. It physically hurt him to do it. He couldn't do it. So yeah, that's a little fun fact. But going back to Gege, this is why Gege said that he's not going to come back to Jump Festa until Jujutsu Kaisen is finished. Or in terms of exhibition, and this is why he doesn't do any exhibitions, because he wants to show the world that he can draw outright. He doesn't want to show, like, any hybridization. He wants to show, like, straight up hand-drawn art. He wants to show off his true talent without any digital involvement. And I can't wait to see that. I really can't wait to see Gege's like straight up hand drawn art at an exhibition. I wish I could go there in person. I'd love to go and go there in person when that happens. Um, oh God, Gege, you need to come over stateside and come to a convention and do like um and um and do like a speed draw or not do a speed draw, do a live draw. Oh God. If you've ever been to a convention and seen like an mangaka do a live draw, or an animator do a live draw, it is incredible. I've been to a couple conventions and I've seen like animators. I wish I still have my Iki drawing. Oh, I hate that it got stolen. But yeah, I've gotten one before, and I've seen it and I've gotten one, and it's awesome. It's so awesome to see it. But they are on YouTube. The speed live draws, they're amazing. On top of it, constantly altering the necessary conditions for his barrier techniques, the repeated use of binding vows for to altering his effective range meant that during his battle with Gojo Satoru, the furnace remained cool as Sukuna didn't have the freedom to unseal its flame. So his flames were sealed. So this is why we didn't see it against Gojo. Was it was sealed the entire time. So you have to wonder if his flames were unsealed during the fight with Gojo, if he might have beaten Gojo like sooner. Because I want to read this again. On top of constantly altering the necessary conditions for his barrier techniques, the repeated use of binding vows to alter his effective range meant that during his battle with Gojo Satoru, the furnace remained cooled as Sukuna didn't have the freedom to unseal its flames. Dude, if Gojo would have been cooked. I hate to say it, but Gojo would have been cooked if Sukuna unsealed his flame sooner. Dude, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think Gojo would have been cooked and like straight up destroyed sooner if Sukuna unsealed his flames? If he managed to like turn up the furnace and unsealed his flame? I really think he would have. Yuji, no, CHOSO, what are you doing? You can't do this. No! I'm sorry it was useless during training. Your big brother. No! Your big brother tends to do things instinctively. Instinctively, huh? You really hit the nail on the head. You gotta. No! Yuji, you got a grasp on reverse curse technique much faster than I did. Oh. Yep. Gege, you are doing what I wanted to. Yeah, CHOSO is done. He is done. Not thanks to me. Sukuna just happened to use it a lot in my body. Yeah. See, remember what I said about the muscle memory kind of thing? Yeah, I figured this would be the case here. Don't be so modest. It's only natural for a little brother to surpass his big brother. Oh no, CHOSO, no! That isn't any reason for you to leave. Well, I need to apologize to Tsukumo too. Yuji, I'm sorry. No! I'm leaving you on your own again. That's what you're worried about? You were there for me when I needed someone the most. That's more than enough. Is that so? Are you there, big brother? I'm here. I'm so cold, big bro. It's okay. Let's talk. As long as we're talking, we can forget about the cold. Our 150 years were all but a few days to Yuji. Thank you, Yuji. No! Thank you for being my little brother. No! CHOSO, no! Thank you, big brother. No! CHOSO, no! Is anyone? Itadori Yuji always told himself he was nothing but a cog in a machine, that he'd fulfill his role as needed. He should have been able to repay his brother who gave his life protecting him. Yet as his eyes fell upon scorched earth, cooled, stale air and settled dust, he found his conviction shaken to its roots. Oh, there he is. Sukuna! What? What? How the fuck is Toho still 5! I see, Mr. Toto. Using my crows and your technique, we can evacuate people from within Sukana's domain. Being caught in that domain means instant death. I can guarantee it'll save lives. I can't guarantee it'll save lives, but it's worth trying. Naturally, you'll be situated outside the domain, so it'll require you extending the effective range of Boogie Woogie by quite a bit. Hold on a second. Before I continue with this, why is the chapter still going? Why? The chapter should have ended with Toto appearing. There's no reason for this chapter to still be going. None! There's no reason for this! There's no reason for the chapter to still be going. You could have just had a little bit more of the CHOSO Itadori content, like a little bit of like all the time they spend together and all that stuff, and have them, with the training and stuff like that. This chapter should have been just that, with the Itadori and CHOSO content. Because now what happened here is you robbed him of that. You robbed CHOSO of the moment. Like, it's really driving me nuts. You could have ended the chapter. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my I'm very curious what you guys think. I feel like you could have ended this chapter before I continue here. You could have ended it. Really, you could have ended it. Extended the content with the CHOSO and Itadori content. And had it end, like, where it's at on page 9. Or maybe even page 10 at most. I really feel, I feel like CHOSO kind of got robbed. I feel like Itadori and CHOSO's moment got robbed. I don't know why this feels rushed to me. This really bothers me. I really don't like how rushed this feels. Like, again, I'm happy to see Toto. I'm really happy that he's here. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like him showing up in this chapter right now, he should have showed up next week. He should not be here this week. If you wanted to have him show up at the end of this chapter, fine. But it really feels like he should have, if anything, he should have showed up next week. You could have had him show up at the start of next week's chapter. This really sucks. CHOSO, you got robbed this week, man. You really did. You deserve better. You really did deserve better, CHOSO. Okay, now that I got that out of my system, we can continue with this. I'm really fucking annoyed that this chapter, you could have had the bottom of page 9 going into page 10, that be the start of next week's chapter, or like have that be the start of, or no, I'm sorry, have page 10 and page 11, or page 11 then going into page 10 of this week's chapter be the start of like next week's chapter. I just am really annoyed that CHOSO got robbed. I'm so fucking annoyed by this. I seem okay. Now let me get back into this, because god damn it, I'm sorry. I had to get that tangent out of my system, or it would really annoy me. I see, Mr. Toto. Using my crows and your technique, we can evacuate people from within Sukana's domain. Being caught in that domain means instant death. I can't guarantee it'll save lives, but it's worth trying. Naturally, you'll be situated outside of the domain, so it'll require you extending the effective range of Boogie Woogie by quite a bit. You'll likely have over 4 targets to manage too. But do you think you and that arm of yours is really up to the task, Mr. Toto? I can't be quite certain, but I could still feel its throbbing beat, the pulse of Boogie Woogie. We can't let brother know about this plan. You know why, don't you, Ms. May? Their resonance, indeed. Itadori Yuji and Ryum and Sukuna were 2 souls inhabiting one body. Although severe, their connection runs thick. I hear that the Yasuhachi bridge mission was triggered by Itadori's swallowed finger resonating with one in the wild. You're suggesting that Itadori may unconsciously reveal the plan plans details to Sakuna, correct? God, this should have been next week's chapter. Correct. Well, this makes sense to me though. We'll do the same with the details behind Okotsu's plan. Inform him to exact it only moments before. Furthermore, we cannot let brother know of any of this. Locked and shut. My mouth is as tight as my purse strings. His plan with Mei, the time spent fine-tuning his technique alongside Akutsu Yuta, Toto himself being unable to verify the safety of his allies, the fact that he couldn't swap Itadori or CHOSO, who were caught at the epicenter of Ryoma and Sukuna's domain. There simply wasn't enough time to tell Itadori Yuji all of this. Why, you ask? I'm sorry, brother. However, Toto, everyone else is most likely fine. What? Most likely fine? What? I'll believe him. That's all I could do right now because after you... So... Now this makes me even more pissed at, like... So now you made Choso's death even, like, more... Why wasn't this in next week's chapter? Why? You just made it less impactful! Like, even more less impactful! Oh my god, I'm really fucking pissed. After using his domain, Ryoma Sukuna has entered a state in which it is painstakingly difficult to use this curse technique. Brotherly bonds linked on the path to victory. You robbed CHOSO! You robbed CHOSO! The fuck is this? I can't be the only one thinking that CHOSO was robbed. This is such bullshit. I'm not sorry about this. This should have been in next week's chapter. You just robbed CHOSO of his moment. What were you thinking, Gege? Like, hold on, you know what? I'm not gonna say this is Gege's fault. This can't be Gege's fault. This gotta be editorial interference, right? I can't be the only one thinking this. No! I'm gonna go with what I was originally saying, because if we're gonna go with the brotherly bond thing and have, like, one brother die and another one comes in, you could have just had the chapter, like, extend it to where you see, like, Toto come in at the end of the chapter, and it would have worked just fine. And then in the next chapter, like, have, like, the Toto explanation. I really feel like this chapter really robs CHOSO. This really does. And now I'm even more angry. Don't get me wrong. I like Toto as a character. I love the bromance with Itadori and CHOSO. But I really liked the way that CHOSO was going out. I liked what we were getting, but I feel like it was rushed. It was rushed to hell. I feel like we should have gotten more with that. Especially considering the circumstances of Choso's birth and everything, I would have liked to get at least more with that content. You could have given us a little bit more with that, and especially with what Sakuna revealed about Itadori's birth. Like, come on! At least give us something with that! Especially if you're gonna kill Choso off. Like, come on! Like, give us something. Like, you could have had, like, a good reveal or something. You could have had, like, a really cool reveal. Or you could have had, like, a really cool moment between brothers. Or a little bit more between brothers. Like, show a little bit more. Just, like, have a little bit more between them. I don't know why. Gege, I really feel like this may be me coping, but based on what we we've seen, especially in terms of deaths up in here, I really feel like there was editorial interference. I do, especially if you want to compare it in terms of like a sibling death situation, like with with Maki. Let's compare it to Maki's. You know, when we had the Maki's death, you know, the twins' death situation. We had a really it was simple, but it was effective. This was simple, but the other thing is with the other difference we had with the Zen twins with Maki is that it was simple, yet it was impactful, but it also wasn't. But it wasn't also ruined by like extra content like what we got with Toto. It was just badass from badass forward. It was straight up badassery. Here, I feel like we could have had the moment with Choso, and if it would have went to like, if we would have had the content from like page 1, expand the moment with Choso and Itadori, and have more content up in there, expand on that a little bit more, and then end it at like page 9, page 10-ish. That, and with the appearance of Toto, maybe? That's why I was like page 10-ish, with the appearance of Toto? That would have been so powerful, and it would have worked so well, and not only that, it would have felt like a Jujutsu Kaisen chapter, like a really good Jujutsu Kaisen chapter. Again, don't get me wrong, this is a good I like the content we got in this chapter. It just felt like the second half of this chapter belonged in a different chapter. Ugh. CHOSO was done dirty. I'm not happy with this. I'm really furious. I am so mad. CHOSO was done dirty. I'm very curious what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that CHOSO was done dirty? I really do. I think there could have been more content here for CHOSO, especially considering CHOSO and Itadori in terms of how they're brothers is really significant. You could have done something, especially with the reveal in regards to Kenjaku. For what happened with Itadori, with what Sakuna said about Kenjaku and Itadori. Like, you could have done something with that here. Oh, God, I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed about this. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. I can't do this video so long, but I'm so mad. Ugh. I can't be the only one that thinks CHOSO was done dirty. CHOSO deserves way better than this. This feels like 2 completely different chapters. This feels so disjointed. I can't with this shit. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you feel like the chapter is completely disjointed like I do? Do you think, not only that, do you think the Toto content should have been in a separate chapter? And do you think that there was editorial interference? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Jujutsu Kaisen content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.